ప్రేమ స్వరూపులారా,
as I said in my third UG, I'm just picking up one incident from each year. This was a very hitting incident because it taught me multiple lessons at the same time. This year I was a senior, third UG, so all the privileged opportunities and chances I will be getting. And in that year, there was also going to be a summer course in Indian culture and spirituality in Brindavan, and all the students from all the campuses, from Prashant Nilayam, from Anantapur, all had come here. So usually in the hostel there will be about 300 students. During the summer course there will be nearly 1,000 students. Everybody would have come. And so therefore, lot of responsibility. Every day there will be sessions in the hall, mic, speakers. There will be sessions in the auditorium, there mic, speakers. Swami may come anytime. All this is there. And that time, 2002, Swami was having a little difficulty in walking. So the lifts are still there. Those two lifts were installed. So during darshan, Swami need not climb the steps. First the big steps were made small steps. Then the lifts were installed. The button you press, the lift goes up. Button you press, it comes down. Hydraulic lift. And the rule was, if Swami goes up by the gent side lift, the lady side lift also should be put up. Because Swami is on the stage, he may choose to come down from any side. In the same way, if he goes down in the lady side lift, put the gent side lift also down. Because if he wants to go up again, he can go by any lift. That responsibility also was given to the AVC boys. So it was a nice thing. I remember the day, it was the 22nd of May 2002. The Buddha Purnima celebrations were on. And every year one country would be given the opportunity to be the main country leading the celebrations. That year it was the turn for Nepal. So all the Nepali devotees, they had filled this entire block here. And I was sitting here. 1.1 we used to call. First line, first person. 1.1. Right at the feet of Ganesha, at the feet of Swami. And I had 3 duties. One is the mics for their bhajan singing. That's my AVC duty. Second is the lift. Third, I had my camera in hand. Photography also. A beautiful day it was supposed to be. Swami completed darshan round. Went to the ladies' side lift. And went up. And then came and sat on the chair. As Swami sat on the chair, he is right in front of me. See, the AVC boy was supposed to sit in the front. They tell sit somewhere in the front. I had chosen it right in the front. Somewhere in the front means somewhere here. So as Swami sat on the stage, on the chair, the walkie-talkie beeped, and Nandagopal sir, who is here sitting here, he is the AVC in charge even today. He told me, Arvind, the lift is down on the gent side. Go and put it up. I said, sir, I'm sitting right in the front in front of Swami now. Like this. So I'm in front of Swami. Do bhajan also. If Swami sees, should be doing bhajan now. So now I think he was shocked because he didn't expect me to be sitting there. Because it doesn't help in any way. Because all the mics are also behind me. If anything I have to do with the mics also, I have to turn around. But then apparently, the warden came and told him, no, you put the lift up. The lift has to be put up. And over the walkie-talkie, I heard the warden's voice. And I felt, now I have to do it. Against my better judgment, I felt, no problem, I'll get up. Imagine getting up during bhajan and walking. I felt I'll do it. And again, see, this is another misconception we have. If my classmate tells me, hey, go and put the lift up, no need. My teacher in charge tells, I can't tell him no need. Sir, actually I'm in a difficult situation. How will I'll try to explain. Warden told me, warden told I can do. Yes. Why? Because my friend doesn't interact with Swami. My teacher sometimes interacts with Swami. Warden daily interacts. So therefore he is the top, this fellow is bottom, this fellow is bottom most. We feel like that. We feel that the pujari is as important as the idol. So what I did, I got up and went to put the lift up. I didn't see Swami. Swami saw me. But when I went there, Jain sir was seated there. He looked at me. I didn't look at him because I was supposed to do my duty. I put the lift up and then I looked at him. I thought he'll be proud of me having done my duty. Fool, he told me. What happened? You sit down, he told. I sat down. The thing is, I had left my camera here, right in the front. In that first block, instead of somebody sitting there, a camera was there with a big lens and a flash. I told, sir, my camera is there. He said, your camera also won't be there, you also won't be there. You saw how Swami was looking at you. Why are you moving around during bhajan? I said, sir, warden told to put the lift up. He'll tell you to jump in a well. Will you jump? He asked me. I just sat there and I was seeing, and Swami was enjoying the bhajan. He didn't look angry and all. I was thinking, what is this sir hallucinating? Swami is looking good only, he's fine, cool. And they were all doing bhajans and Swami is very happy. And Swami looks at them and tells them, do more. And now they're on their knees and doing. I am tense here, in their excitement, they kick that camera, 80,000, 1 lakh rupees gone. In their bhakti, they should not give mukti to my camera there. And I'm seeing that camera, and somehow the session ended. And sir said, see, till Swami turns, because sir used to follow and walk behind Swami. He said, till Swami goes, you don't get up from your place. Otherwise, you will get into trouble. So, okay, so he went. And Swami got down from the lady side lift. Because he got down from the lady side lift, I put the gent side lift also down. And Swami began to walk. He began to walk that side. His back was turned to this side. So once Swami reached that corner there where he has to turn to the left, I felt now it is safe. And by now all of these people are on their knees trying to get a glimpse of Swami, like how we try to see the setting sun so beautiful like that. Have you noticed one more thing? It used to happen in Parthi. When something is missing, then we value it. Swami will come and sit on the stage for 3 hours. That time we'll see him for 3 minutes and then start studying. Putting fan like this. Aarti time when Swami is going, like this. And take Swami and apply. Like, as if some divine soap we are putting, like that. Arey, you were sitting there for 1 hour, you were dozing, you were not. And now when he's going, suddenly you got value. You strain and last minute like this, you bend it. Because when things are available free, we take it for granted. When it's not there only, we give value. It's always like that. So everybody is looking like that. And I felt I'll come and save my camera. I came running back to pick the camera. From there, Swami turned. He looked at me. He stopped, turned, came walking, started walking. He came and would get up. I knelt down. I don't know what he said also. He blasted, First thing I felt was 2 saliva drops fell on my face. And something he told them, like pig and dog are roaming, something like that he said. So, are you a student? I said, yes, Swami, yes. I don't want such students, Swami said. I said, Swami, warden, Swami, lift, I am trying to tell. Swami said, yes, warden, I'll tell warden, I don't want you. I'll throw you out now only. Sit. Such fury, And I sat. And after I sat, these Buddhists, these Nepali devotees, they didn't even know that Swami blasted me because his face had already blossomed into a smile. It was like, no? And they were so thrilled. They felt like how Narayana came for Prahlada, like that. Swami had come all the way for me, something, and they were fully like that. And I was feeling gone, over. This might be my last chance. Because Swami told, at such times you don't like. They say Swami's word is Vedavakya. You just hope that some words are not Vedavakya here. Come on, Swami. You telling you will kick me out, let that not be Vedavakya. You feel so bad. And Swami blessed them, he just did Abhyasa and he walked. And I was sitting so gone, I was feeling so weak, drained out. I didn't know. I said, oh God, Swami, don't next year, if these things happen in first year, first UG, no problem. You've got 2 more years to patch up with Swami. Third UG, you need admission next year in Parthi, If Swami is angry at that time, it will affect your future completely. That's how we feel, this is the way the worldly mind thinks. I'm feeling so sad. And as Swami goes beyond eyesight, these devotees, what Swami told? What Swami told? What Swami told? I'm sitting, I'm covering my face because I'm having tears. Everybody, what Swami told? What Swami told? And I just lifted my hand. Tears were down my cheeks, I was crying. Then the coordinator, I think, he came and told, hey, please, he's very overwhelmed. He's in bliss now. Leave him now. You, Papam, don't disturb him. Nice, huh? Nice. All of you laugh and enjoy. I was crying. Like this only, they also were happy. So, I thought, let me go and see, Swami tells he'll kick me out, no problem. He should not tell warden to kick me out. Because Swami tells no problem. This warden will take seriously and really do it off means, I went, that's why I took a mic and I walked because I had that privilege. And I thought, okay, fine. If this is my last chance to go to Trai, let me go off. So I picked the mic, went there to see. And warden went to Swami with full smile. Swami said, one fellow this much with camera. Who is that fellow? Lizard. Who you? Means I can't hear him, but I can make out. See, for bomb blast, you don't have to be at the site of bomb blast. You can hear it from far only. Something he said, something Swami said, and then warden went. Later on, Nandagopal sir revealed to me that he came, he told Nandagopal sir, you please kick him out. And that's why SSC's teaches such gems. He stood for me, he said, so no sir, I will not kick him out. If Swami asks, you can tell that I kept. Let Swami kick me out also because I told him to do. I was very touched when I heard it, but at that time I didn't know. At that time what happened was, all people would come, all VIPs would come to meet warden because, everybody has this theory that you please the pujari, the Lord will be happy. So you have to seek blessings from there only. But that day, pujari didn't want to meet anyone. Call Arvind. Everybody think, who is this VIP? Everybody is waiting and I walked in. And for the first time, warden told everybody else also leave the room. Whoa, this thing is really... Swami must have told, let him get his whole family for group interview. Something like that they must have thought. So he asked me, Arvind, what did you do? I said, sir, I put the lift down. Why did you walk in front of Swami? I said, sir, you told me to do that. If I tell you to jump in a well, will you jump? I didn't know what I'll do. I said, actually, yes, I would have jumped, but I didn't know what to do. He said, see, Swami has told you should be kicked out. Sir, I don't want to be kicked out, sir. Nothing can help you. He told me to get you there so that he'll kick you out. Sir, please save me, sir. No, another mistake again. I didn't tell Swami, please save me. Sir, please save me, I told. So I said, okay, I'll save you. You pray. You pray that nothing should happen. You pray that Swami should not talk about you. Pray that Swami should not ask about you. Pray that Swami should not even think about you. Can you believe it that a devotee will pray, Lord, don't think about me. Lord, don't talk to me. I did it. Swami, please don't ask about me. Please don't think about me. And then the next instruction from warden, in order to be beneficiary of his protection. Don't ever sit in the front. Sometimes, as I said, if you're a form boy, for the period of form, you don't have lines. Whenever line is going, whichever line is going, you'll join first in that line and go because you're in form. I also had that privilege. Whichever line is going last, in that last I should be. That was the instruction given. Don't show your face also to Swami. He'll see your face and remember. So I said, okay. That day I was sitting somewhere back. Darshan got over. Evening again I was called to the warden's office. He told me, congrats. Sir, Swami didn't remember you. Wow. Thank you, sir. So keep praying. Continue to do these things. It's like, almost like, doctor will tell, no? Good, nothing. You won't die immediately. Continue to take the medicine like that, no? He told, so nothing will happen now. So continue to not show your face. Continue to pray. Continue to sit behind. Okay, surely. This went on 2 days. And I said, no, this was a summer course time. Every day in that auditorium, only some 500 people will fit. 400, 300 people have to sit outside every day. And every time I'm in that 300 because I am the last point last. In every line, I'll be in the end, right? Because I should not be in the front. And during that summer course, 2 times Swami came to the auditorium, went and sat. It was such a, Swami sat in the middle of the auditorium. Just went, told one boy, can you give me seat? Yes. And he sat there. Everybody turned, started looking at Swami. Swami said, look at speaker. Who will look at speaker, Swami, All are looking here only. So, all that chance I'm missing because I'm sitting out. Just keep seeing, oozing with jealousy and envy and thinking, so lucky fellow, I can't go in. One day during one morning darshan, I was seated there. Swami came from far. He saw me. I felt he saw me. He saw me and I was like, Swami, sorry, Swami, sorry, Swami, sorry, Swami. And Swami smiled. And Swami went. I felt so happy. Immediately after darshan, I went to warden. I wanted to meet. I went in, told you wait outside, wait. Now no longer. So I was waiting there. After everybody finished, I went in, I told, sir, Swami smiled at me. Okay. So sir, I'll stop my medication, you know. Are you sure he smiled at you and not somebody else? Sir, I think he smiled at me. 100%. Because you know, when Swami looks, everybody feels. See, when Swami raises his hand, everybody will do like this. Everybody will feel Swami bless them. You don't know whom it was. Oh, correct. See, if you want, you go. But if Swami kicks you out, I don't know. No, sir, I trust you only. Don't show. So it continued again. Because I didn't want to get kicked out. I remember it was the 29th of May, 6 days of this torture of being end in the end, you know. That day, during the discourse, I used to write down. All discourses I'll write down. I was writing down. Swami spoke on the concept of anger. Swami said, what is anger? Swami said, I can't tell because God doesn't know what is anger. I stopped writing. What you're telling, Swami, you don't know anger? 5 days back, you blasted me. And even as I said this, I had stopped writing, but Swami continued to say. Swami said, see, sometimes when rain comes, along with rain, hailstones will also fall. That hailstones, when they hit you, no, it will pain. You will get a bump on your head also. But that hailstone is also water only, water in another form. So also, God's anger is also God's love only in another form. That's what he said. I didn't clap that day. Everybody else clapped. Sorry, I don't want hailstones. Who wants hailstones? And I want water only. I felt very bad. See, that is actually the truth, you know. Swami doesn't have anger. You just imagine when you get very angry, how it will be. You go and shout at a person. Hey, you get lost, don't show me your face. You shout at that fellow. Next person comes and says, sir, your car, hey, shut up, your wait car, what? You just wait. Whoever comes in your path after that is gone. That's why when you want to ask for a 20-day leave from your boss, you'll ask the PA, hey, boss in good mood, no? Good mood, no? Simply he'll fight with his wife and come and my leave will get cancelled. That is our anger, because we genuinely feel angry. But see, that day also, as I said, Swami is saying, Kukka Pandi, I'll kick you out. Dog, pig, I will throw you out, Swami says. Next second, he is beaming at everyone. How is that possible? Because anger is a mask on his face. Just like that smile is a mask on his face. He has no attachment, he has no irritation, he has no cruelty, he has no that fondness. It's only pure love for the elevation of the soul. Like an actor acts in the drama, he acts so that the movie is a hit. That's all. After that movie gets over, it's not as if he'll come and tell, hey, you kidnapped, I'll smash you. No, that's only on stage. That is divine love, you know. Divine love doesn't mean always like this. There will be anger, but there is no anger within. It's only on the face. The anger is also a tool to achieve something, that's all. And that I had seen it actually. I had seen how angry he was. Next second, he was not angry. He was smiling at everyone. None of us can do it. None of us can do it. When we are angry, next instant we can't. That's why we need to see the mirror. We need to open tap and sing in Shruti or jog for 2 kilometers. So after this, the next day morning, one of my duties was, I'll conclude this. One of my duties as AVC was get up early in the morning, really early, because everybody has to get up by 4 o'clock. Because the bathrooms are the same number that are available for 300 boys. But now 600 boys are using it. So you have to start getting up at 3 o'clock and finishing your bath. So in order to inspire everyone when they get up to take bath, I have to play music. So I have to get up even before I have bath and get ready. That day when I went, I took out a cassette. I would take devotional 1, devotional 2, devotional 3, devotional 4. They'll all be there in the AVC room. You pick some random devotional and you play it. That day when I played, one song began by Anup Jalota. Baah chudaye jaat ho. No, before I make an attempt to sing the song and make you all feel what he's singing, I'll tell the story behind, at least you'll appreciate the song. This is a beautiful song because, you know, the song composed by Surdas Surdas blind, he's walking, he falls into a well and he calls out, somebody come and help me. One little boy comes, puts a stick, helps Surdas come out. Surdas thanks him and tells, boy, what is your name? He says, my name is Gopal. He says, I also have one Gopal. He is also my dear one. What do you do? I tend cows. Oh, my Gopal also tends cows. And this conversation is going on. And Surdas puts his hand and feels the peacock feather. And when he feels the peacock feather, he realizes, oh my God, this Gopal and my Gopal. Gopal, he says. The minute he says that, Gopal leaves his hand and runs away. Surdas is heartbroken. Lord, when I didn't know you came to me, and now when I know you, you leave me and go. And that's what I felt. Swami, when I didn't know of your existence, you were here. Once I recognized and began to love you, you left and went. At that moment, Surdas sings out this. Bah chudaye jaat ho, nibal jaan ke mohe, hirday se jab jaau to, sabal mein jaanu to. He says, Krishna, you think you are strong. You think I am weak because you are able to leave my hand. Huh? No. If you are strong, Bah chudaye jatu ho, nibal jaan ke mohe. You think I am weak and that's why you are able to leave my hand. Hirday se jab jao to sabal mein jaanu to. If you want to show yourself as strong, no, leave this heart and show me. Let me see if you can. And as this song began, as it went over the PA system in the hostel, I was in tears. And I was crying. I said, Swami, you think you're strong by throwing me away, you leave my heart. That happens. That, as I said, we are all capable of that intensity of love that Surdas has, that Mirabai has. We just lack the consistency, that's all. We all attain heights of devotion at some point of time or the other. Our challenge is to just sustain it. Mirabai and Surdas are not great because they were more devoted than us. They are great because that devotion, when they reached, they sustained it throughout life. All of us have Shraddha, we just don't have Saburi. So at that moment, I really, I don't know, it's such a kind of devotional high. I was crying, I was saying, Swami, you leave my heart and show me, Swami. You can't. You kick me out of Vrindavan, you kick me out anywhere, but you can't leave my heart. After that, yes, after half an hour, we put off the music. I was tired, I slept off actually. I slept off in the AVC room itself. There I had a dream. In the dream, I am seated in the auditorium. Beautiful, because I never dreamt I'll sit in the auditorium. But I was sitting in the auditorium and Swami is distributing fruits, muskmelon to everybody. And I am telling, Swami, I also want that muskmelon. I also want fruits. See, we understand, having been exposed to our Bhagavad Gita, we understand the subtle meaning of fruits, the deep meaning of fruit, karma phala. So I am telling Swami, I want fruits from your hand. And Swami is pointing out to my hand, I am having some rotten fruits in my hand. Swami is telling, you quickly finish that, then I will give you these fruits. So I quickly gobble it and say, Swami, done, come here. Yeah, now I'll come. And Swami is coming and I'm telling to one brother beside me, can you get up? Swami wants to come here. He says, okay, he gets up, Swami comes and sits. And then I tell, Swami, why you got so angry with me? Swami says, no, I didn't get. I'm surprised because I'm thinking that he's angry. Then Swami, I will come and sit in the front. No objection, Swami said. I will sit in the front with the camera, Swami. No objection. Okay, Swami, you may go, I told. That was a dream, and Swami gave me those fruits and went off. And I woke up. Now again, see, many times we feel, everybody gets their answers, everybody is able to see Swami, we are not able to get. That's why we feel, he is able to see Swami, so let's ask him. Because his answer is like Swami. No, it is not like Swami's answer. It's like telling, I don't want to order my own food from the hotel. What you have eaten, I'll take from your mouth and eat. Same only. It's easier for me to digest also because you have already partially digested it. Just because it's easy, will we eat from somebody else's mouth? No, I'll eat. I'll digest it, I'll chew it myself, no problem. It may take time. Sir, order will take half an hour, no problem. I'll wait. I don't want to eat that fellows. Same way. We have to seek on our own. So when I woke up in the morning, what I say is, we feel that I'm following somebody else because I don't, Swami doesn't answer me. Swami answers. We either don't have the ears to listen or the guts to follow what he tells. That's the thing. We just don't have the guts. We know the answer from within many times. We just don't have the guts. And in such situations, what happens when we ask anybody for any number of times, we'll never be satisfied with that answer. If I go and ask X, what should I do? X tells me what I want, then I'm happy. If he tells something else, no problem, I'll ask why. Arey, why? Why ask an X? Swami. Here now, see, I've got the dream, so clear it is. Now what do I do? Tell me. Should I come and sit in the front with the camera? Oh my God. What if Swami kicks you out? After all, it's a dream, no? Swami says, Swami's dreams are true. Okay, yaar, but, it's like I was going on the road and the dog started barking, I started running. Somebody said, don't worry, barking dogs don't bite. I know that dog should know, no. I mean, if it bites, so what I'll do? Why take a risk, It's like that. When it comes to others, we'll give gyan. We'll shower. Jnanodayam. When it comes to our own life, we are in doubt. Dreams of Swami are true. But my dream now, I don't know, yaar. If I follow and get kicked out, then? So this was a fear. But I decided I'll follow it anyway. I went to the teacher in charge who would give camera slips, permission slips to get camera. He had been specifically told by the warden not to give me. Naturally, because I'm not even sitting in the front. What, I'll take camera. I went and told, I was ready. I'll tell him the whole dream, tell him everything. And tell him, sir, at any cost, give me the slip. I went to him, I said, sir, I want to take camera today. Morning or evening, he asked. Sir, both times. Okay. Okay, cool. Took it and came. Done. That is done. Now I have to get the camera and sit. So I got the camera, sat again here in the front. Swami came. As he was passing by, I was just hoping. You'll all be thinking Swami came and said Bangaru and nothing. I didn't want him to talk also. Swami, just walk. Every time you ignore me and walk, no, like that only walk. Fine it is. Just that nothing should happen to me in the front. And Swami just walked. Nothing happened. I was so happy. Wow, I felt awesome. That day after darshan, Nandagopal sir called me. Hey, what happened? Sitting in front with camera? Sir, problem got solved, sir. Oh, very nice, he told. In the afternoon, again he called me. He said, what you said problem got solved? Warden is telling nothing happened. No, I just decided, see, with Swami, that's it. Swami is always giving his hand and telling, do you want to hold my hand directly or not? I remember what I told. I said, sir, no, sir. Problem was never between me and warden. Problem was between me and Swami. It has got solved there. I said, okay, your wish. He must have told it to warden because warden called me. He said, see, if you come there, you will get kicked out. So listen to me. I said, no, sir. Sir, Swami came in. See, Swami will come in your dream. All that, see, when you are suffering, no, you will hallucinate such dreams only. This is what he told me. I said, no, sir, I would like, as an AVC boy, it's a privilege that I have to stand there. I will come and stand there today. He said, if you stand there today, you will get kicked out, I am telling you, because it's not even 6 days since this happened. I said, sir, if Swami kicks me out, I will go out happily, sir. But I want to stand there. He was shocked with my change in courage, See, that's what happens when we follow Swami. Automatically we'll get courage. He said, okay, your wish, fine. Yeah. How much will we live in fear? Beyond a point, fear also makes no sense. No problem. Oh, fine, okay, Swami. Where? You can't leave me and go, Swami. Kick me where? If you kick me to Burma also, you'll be there with me. Kick me to Mars also, you'll be with me. You only have to take care. Easier to take care of me when I'm in Vrindavan. Why you want to kick me to Mars? Huh? So I went and stood there. But mind is always like that. There I had great courage, but when I stood there, I was thinking, no, Swami, full dialogues I gave and came off here. Don't do anything here, please, Because most of the time Swami comes walking, I would be standing next to a speaker with a volume control, because in case Swami speaks to somebody there in Trai Vrindavan, to reduce the volume so that they can hear. That was the duty. That was the chance actually. So Swami, when he comes, he will be talking to everybody. Once everybody is crossed, only the AVC boy will be standing there. At that time, Swami will start admiring the beauty of the blue mat on which he is walking. He will look down and walk. Very rarely he will look at your face. He will not even know that you are existing there. The tulsi plant, Swami has seen more than the fellow planted beside it. That's what I used to feel. Today I was hoping that the same trend continues. Swami, just continue what you are doing every day, that's all. then I will also continue what I'm doing every day. So Swami came. I was holding a kerchief in my hand. That was also a tradition practice. In case Swami wants to, sometimes he has done that. Once he has even entered the AVC room and combed his hair. Yeah, nice, no? Fine, no? Before going. How much Swami prepares for darshan? I used to really feel. We should all prepare for darshan and come, because Swami prepares so much and comes for darshan. So Swami came there, and I'm standing there hoping. As he's coming close, I'm saying, Swami, just to walk, Swami. Just to walk off. Just walk away. He comes, he's holding his robe. He comes bang opposite to me, stands, turns and looks at my face. The mind is very quick, Actually, it was only 1 second. But in that 1 second, I was like, Swami, you only told to come, okay? Swami, you only dreamed, said no problem, no objection, all that you told. And I gave me courage to give dialogues, everything. Swami, don't do anything, please don't. Firing out, mentally. Outside, I was like, inside, it was a tornado going on. And you know what Swami says? Swami asked me, where are the fruits? I was going to say, Swami, I ate them, because that's what I had done, right? I was going to say that. I said, Swami, and before I could say I ate, I saw bang opposite to me, there were 5 boys sitting with trays of mangoes. I said, Swami, there the fruits are. Swami saw, he called, those boys came. Swami checked the mangoes. And he told, after bhajan, when I come, distribute it to all devotees. These are the beautiful things of the Lord. He does everything in a subtle manner. This is the subtle of Swami. Subtle manner he does these things. He didn't tell, hey, that fruit in your dream, you remember, I only came. He didn't tell like that. And what is the need to tell, that is prasadam. Swami means, you have already decided that it will be distributed. I said, yes, Swami, we'll distribute it. Good. Now, because he had touched the mangoes, I offered the kerchief to him. Swami took, wiped his hands. Usually he gives back. He looked, he smiled, threw the handkerchief on my face, and then walked. I felt so relieved. As the door closed, Nandagopal sir came, patted me, said, Arvind, problem solved.